Who is more controlled by shame, men or women, and why?
Ooh, who is more controlled by shame? I feel like women, definitely.
No.
Women are more controlled by
Stop
shame
the
because,
cap.
like, you know, like if you live or dress a certain type of way, it's kind of like, bro, like you deserve it or you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't. Yeah, but men kind of,
There's a whole bunch of cap going on with this answer because we live in a society where women think that they can do whatever they want, and anyone who questions anything they do immediately gets labeled insecure, toxically masculine, small d energy, incel, and everything else. So the men are the one that actually get shamed for even trying to shame women. Whereas on the female side, they shame men for not being tall enough, not making enough money, not looking good enough, not having the lifestyle, not having certain things that they find value in. So it's like the guys are getting shamed 2 and 3-fold, whereas like the women, they want to have free reign with no type of rules. They're the ones that are quote unquote liberated, but then the guys are still held to the same traditional standard that was around since the beginning of the time. So with all due respect, this lady's lying. Stop the cap.
that's what a part of being a man. Like that's what they do. You know, they get a pass. When I actually think that men have a lot to do with the way that women are now, but they'll complain, oh, you're like this and you're like that, or you're a whore, or whatever. But you kind of wanted that whore. You wanted a whore. You know what I'm saying? Like you wanted me to be
Stop
a freak. You wanted me to be wild. You wanted me to be a slut. But like I'm getting.
The best way to sum up how simple men think when it comes to stuff like this is very simple. Lady in the streets, freak in the sheets. Meaning, we want you to conduct yourself like a lady and polite in public, but behind closed doors, that's when it goes down. But now the women are flipping it to where they're like, well, they don't want to be ladies at all. They just want to be freaks all the time. And then the men are like, whoa, well, you could do that, but I'm not going to commit to you. And then they get mad when the men don't want to commit to that because you're putting all your personal private business out on Front Street and want us to respect it. And that's not how it goes. You see what I'm saying?
Ashamed for it. I don't even get it, but whatever.
Don't women often wear shame as a badge of honor?
I feel like it depends on the woman.
See?
I don't like feeling shameful. I like to be free of shame if possible. So,
bro, I literally just said that.
I feel like all of us are not the same. We got a whole lot of going on in this world, so.
Isn't there more weight attached to shaming men because they haven't been liberated like women?
Bro, I just said that.
More weight attached to shaming men.
See?
I would agree with that. I feel like men get shamed a lot. And women
so you just contradicted yourself.
Yep, there's no shame in it. Let's be proud about our life.
Wow.
So damn, yeah, it's true.
Fuck
Guys
nigga
do
to
get
the end,
shamed a
tell
lot
a
more
friend,
than
bitch.
Women do.
Isn't there more weight attached to shaming men because they haven't been liberated like women?
No, men have been liberated longer than women have.
No, we haven't.
Didn't we have a women's liberation
cap.
movement? We haven't had a men's liberation movement.
You guys have had men have that.
Can you explain that? What do you mean?
Well,
what's the name of it?
Hundreds of years ago, we were not able to get jobs, we couldn't wear certain things,
cap.
so we had to have that act of liberation to then be where we are now. Men already had that.
Aren't men typically held to a traditional standard that we have to be protectors and providers in relationships?
Yes.
That's not liberated. That means we are held to a standard. Women,
True.
You can tell a man he's not a real man if he doesn't protect and provide, but you can't tell a woman she's not a real woman if she doesn't cook and clean.
Exactly.
See the difference?
Exactly.
I feel like it still happens.
What do you mean?
I mean, there's shame from everywhere on both ways. Like, you can shame a man for not being a provider and protector, but you can also shame a woman for not cooking and cleaning. It happens on both ends, I'd say.
Well, yeah, but women. Okay, but there's no real consequences for it, though. That's the thing. Because a woman could be a career woman or a stay-at-home mom, and it's acceptable either way. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's socially acceptable. If it's not socially acceptable, a man is seen as less of a man if he doesn't protect and provide. You see what I mean?
Thank you. Thank you.
Men didn't need to be liberated. They were always the ones in control.
Well, then why are men more held to a traditional standard than women?
Thank you.
Because toxic masculinity. I think a lot of men hold each other to a high.
What did I say earlier? when I brought up the example of men trying to shame and then the backlash they get. She literally just used one of the shaming tactics by bringing up toxic masculinity to shame a guy for trying to enforce a traditional standard. Thank you.
Higher standard of that type of traditional role than women do to themselves.
I would say men are more controlled by shame because, to your point, women sometimes own their shame and maybe wear it as a badge of honor, kind of take back the negative feelings of shame. Whereas men, I don't think we've gotten there yet to where with shame we truly feel that. So I think we're more controlled by that.